defensively, you guys are pretty locked in from the start in this one, and then do you feel like just the offense came alive in the third quarter? How would you assess it?
Yeah, I think just our attention to detail to start the game on the defensive end, and then just our physicality. Joe said at halftime he just felt like we was locked in and our physicality kind of dominated the game. Our offensive rebounding, and then the game opened up. We started hitting shots.
You also sense too that the Warriors just kind of like started struggling. I mean, they had a lot of open shots they just couldn't land.
Yeah, trust me, we've been there before. It's definitely a make and miss league. Sometimes you're just not hitting shots.
What's the key to not being bored with the process?
I think understanding. I've been through it before, and I've been through spurts of the season where I was trying to rush to get to the end and skip steps, and it resulted in us losing in the conference finals. Whereas last year, we didn't get bored, we didn't skip steps. We just tried to get a little bit better every day, and we knew the result with that. So keeping that in perspective and just understand it's hard. It's hard to win night in and night out in the league. I don't think it's a question of like, are we bored or not? It's tough. Like, we get everybody best shot. We put a lot of work in, and sometimes we don't play as well as we would like to, and that can be frustrating sometimes. But I wouldn't say we bored or anything.
Last couple games come out in the first quarter, come back in. Do those rotations kind of influence your rhythm at all, or just like does that impact you at all in terms of like when you're going in the game, when you're coming out, and is that stuff going in?
Yeah, I mean, it's something me and Joe talk about. Like, for most of the season, I was playing the whole first quarter, in the third, and then we just kind of had a talk of, things changed, dynamics changed. KP came back. What's best for our team, and maybe me starting the fourth quarter or whatever. And all of us, we just gotta be open-minded, and it can fluctuate throughout the season. And knowing that I'm gonna play 34, 35 minutes is all ends up the same. Just patterns change, but you just gotta be open-minded to that.
Let's talk a little bit about that being an adjustment for him. He used to play those full first quarter stretches. That communication piece, like and Tim talking about that going into games. Like, what's that like? Just kind of establishing, like, all right, this is when I'm going to be in this one, that sort of thing.
You talk about it before a stretch or before a game or whatever. Most of my career I would always come out 6 minutes, and so it was new to me to play the whole first and third quarter. It takes some getting used to.
Jayson, before the game, Steve Kerr was talking about this kind of stretch you guys are in. Obviously, he's experienced it before. He said if he was a Celtics fan, he wouldn't be concerned. He said it's normal was the word he used. You obviously have relationships with guys all around the league. Are there any conversations you have with guys who've been through it, of kind of how to get through these winter games when you're just kind of building up and trying to do it all over again?
Just try to find some motivation. Try to keep it fun. All right, it's a long season, it's 82 games. You don't want to skip steps, but what's most important is the playoffs and things like that. But how do you find joy and keep things fun and entertaining, throughout the course of the season? And that's the cool part about it. And I think that's very important as well.
Jayson, you talk about the expectations. Everybody every night expects you guys to win. How do you kind of respond from nights like Saturday when, personally, just trying to get over the disappointment and just bounce back less than like a day and a half? How do you kind of get over that, knowing outside expectations expect you guys to obviously win by 30 every night, but your own personal expectations?
I think that's the beauty of being in the NBA. Like, NFL games you lose, you got a whole week to harp on it and then try to get ready for the next opponent. With us, we could have been upset, but get on a 6-hour flight and get ready for the next game. And this is a tough place to play. We ain't won a game here since I think game 1 of the finals, 2022. So coming in here trying to be locked in, you just got to put the last game behind you because we just play so many games, good or bad. Like, you can't be too excited about what you just did or be too down on yourself because it's always another one, 48 hours or so.
How about the support you guys got? There was a lot of Celtics fans here too.
Yeah, the Celtics brand is strong all over the world. and they travel everywhere we go.
You mentioned trying to keep things fun. What does that look like? Is it, we see clips of like you guys playing pickleball and like doing other sports. Is it stuff like that, or is it like how do you guys keep it fun?
Yeah, I mean pickleball, playing football, or dodgeball, just whatever throughout the course of the season. I mean, we all adults, but we all some big ass kids, so just finding things like that to do.